We had some news come out that PlayStation is going to come out with a new gaming service to compete with Xbox Game Pass, which how long have we been asking for this? I want to say at least 2 years, ever since Game Pass came out, which was how long ago?
Well, I mean, currently, PlayStation has PlayStation Plus, which gives you games as long as you have PlayStation Plus in your catalog. It's kind of the same thing, only it's a curated set of games that you get from them. But you do have them forever as long as you have PlayStation Plus. Whereas the Xbox Game Pass, it's a curated set of games, but they may come and go. So we have Halo Infinite currently as the multiplayer, but they can take that away in the future. There's no obligation for them to keep it out there.
Okay. So that's actually interesting because that leads into kind of the first paragraph of this. So this paragraph from Bloomberg by Mr. Schreier here. The first paragraph is, when it launches, expected in spring, the service will merge Sony's 2 existing subscription plans, because they also have PlayStation Now, which doesn't hold a candle to Game Pass as far as the game selection.
Right.
And then currently PlayStation Plus is required for most online multiplayer games, right? And offers free monthly titles. We just covered that. While PlayStation Now allows users to stream or download games. Documents reviewed by Bloomberg suggest that Sony plans to retain the PlayStation Plus branding, but phase out PlayStation Now. So, Emmanuel, I know you had an Xbox. You had an Xbox One.
Yes,
and,
One S.
And you had whatever, you had Xbox Gold or whatever it was called.
The Gold membership.
And you got free games with that, right?
Yeah, it was like almost the same way.
Is Xbox Gold still a thing?
Well, it is still a thing, but there is bundle deals where if you get the Xbox Game Pass, you can also get gold with it.
Okay, so then you didn't lose all your free games.
No, if you got it with like the bundle, or shoot, they might even be trying to merge that now. If you get the Game Pass, you automatically have the membership, but you basically never really lose your gold games, and then you still have access to the Game Pass. While still holding your membership.
That would definitely be a concern of mine with this new potential PlayStation services. Like, I have probably 100 PlayStation games that I picked up for free over the last however many years. And if they were to like get rid of that because they went with this new service, I would not be happy about that. Because the new service will probably cost more. And out of those hundreds of games that I have, I've played like, I don't know, 4 of them.
Yeah. I've got lots of games that I intend to get back to eventually.
Right, that's always the intention. But the new hot shit comes out. So I believe this next paragraph talks about kind of pricing. So Spartacus is like the code name of this new service, and its details on Spartacus may still not be finalized, but documentation reviewed by Bloomberg outlines a service with 3 tiers. The first would include existing PlayStation Plus benefits. Okay, so that answers our question. You get to keep all your games, and you get to play online and all that stuff. The second would offer a large catalog of PlayStation 4 and eventual PlayStation 5 games. Okay, so it's going to cost you more. I wish prices were out. The third tier would add extended demos, who cares, game streaming, and a library of classics, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and PSP games. God, that's not what I wanted to do. A representative for PlayStation didn't immediately respond to a request for comment because you probably weren't supposed to see this. What do you think of the tiered system, Steven?
Well, I mean, there's another tier that we haven't talked about. Currently, you cannot walk into a store or go online and buy a PlayStation 5. So, my big opinion on all of this is it's a non-issue.
Yeah.
If I can't buy the system and I can't play the games, I don't really care what they do with PlayStation Plus right now. I mean, obviously, I chose to go the route of the Xbox, because I was able to go and buy one. It's
Yeah.
not the top of the line one. I got the S instead of the X, primarily because I was not a big fan of the Xbox One. The S kind of fit into what I wanted to do, which is mostly play Microsoft games are going to be coming out over the next few years.
Well, what was it, EA 3 years ago now? Because 2020 messed everything up, and I don't have any recollection of how long ago things are. But they came out with that E3 where they just bought everyone. They just bought all.
Correct. Yep.
And
they
so
own Bethesda. They own anyone they don't own, and a lot of people they have exclusivity with.
They bought Obsidian. They bought a bunch of joints.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to see a lot of games coming out on the Xbox, I think, over this next generation that we won't be seeing on the PlayStation at the very least for at least 6 months to a year. PlayStation will have God of War. PlayStation, and hopefully by then I'll be able to get a hold of one. They will have the Horizon Zero Dawn sequel. Also, I'm hoping to have one by the time that comes out. But, we'll have to wait and see. As far as the tiered system goes for their programming, I mean, they've got to get the systems in the players' hands, or any changes they make aren't really going to matter.
So now that I think about it, and I haven't had my finger on the pulse of video games upcoming. I know Elden Ring, and then I'm a bit ashamed to admit I am waiting for that Harry Potter RPG. Have been for a long time. and that's coming to PC and everything. But I want to say usually by now we have a pretty good idea what exclusive games are going to be coming out for each system over the next year. What do we got? Do we know of any exclusives coming out over this next year?
Well, like I mentioned, God of War is going to be a PlayStation exclusive. It's done in-house.
But is that coming in 2022?
I believe so, yes.
Oh, damn! That's
Horizon Zero Dawn was supposed to come out this holiday season. That has been pushed to, I believe, Q1 of 2022.
Okay, I remember that. That was announced very early at the PlayStation 5 announcement.
Yeah. So, well, it was announced, but it was supposed to come out this year. It now is not. It's been pushed to next year.
Okay. So I just pulled up a list of Xbox exclusives for 2022. They included Halo Infinite, which, duh. And then Fable 4, which is actually to be announced. So Fable 4 might not even come out. And then State of Decay 3, no one cares. Oh, Starfield is going to be an exclusive. That's big.
Yeah.
That's big for all them Bethesda nerds. We'll talk about Bethesda in a bit.
I'm looking forward to Starfield, but I've been bit here lately, so I imagine with Starfield, it's not until the end of next year. I probably won't be playing Starfield until sometime in 2023, unless it comes out and gets such good reviews that I bite the bullet and I download it right away.
And then I will wait to hear what you have to say, and then I might buy it because I've got too much stuff going on as well. So the next one, let me just share this. So we had Starfield, and then after that is Shredders, which looks like a
snowboarding
game, which I don't know if anyone remembers 1080 on the N64. I played the hell out of that. And then Crossfire from Smilegate Entertainment. I don't know anything about it. Kind of looks like not Far Cry. What is that game? Fear with the armor here. Our Redfall from Arcane Studios. Arcane sounds familiar. I can't think of what they've put out. Warhammer 40K. Okay, that might be big to some people.
It will be.
Yeah, they've got a huge fan base. I like the name of the development, Fat Shark.
Outer Worlds 2 will be an exclusive, and it's going to be a day one Xbox Game Pass game.
Okay. Look at this one.
I know you played the first one.
Yes, I did. Look at this one, Steven. You might be interested in this.
Yeah, which one is that? That's kind of... Yeah, that is one. Hellblade 2 is one I'm looking forward to. The original was probably one of my favorite games.
That's the game that you said people should play with headphones on, right?
Headphones on, yes.
Yeah.
They spent a lot of their time focusing on the ambience of the game. So if you played it with headphones on, you played as a character that was suffering from some mental illness. She heard voices in her head. If you played it with headphones on, you would hear those voices, whispering in your ear, behind you, moving around your head. It was very, very creepy, but very well done. Also, the game was very interesting in the fact that it wasn't your standard game. You never got a better weapon until the very, very end of the game. You didn't level up skills per se, and you didn't have a HUD that gave you your health. You had one life, and if you died, you went back to the beginning. You tracked your health by the corruption that was creeping up your arm, and you basically had to not die. If you died, you get more and more corrupted. If that corruption reached your brain, you would die.
Mm-hmm. That does sound really interesting. That's kind of...
It forced you to think about what you were going to do in the game.
So, question. Did you ever feel like you were going to crap yourself from some sort of jump scare or something that came out?
In this game? No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I would think with the headphones and like hearing the voices, like they could totally set you up. And even though you know it's coming, like the way that they did the audio makes me think that they could just totally mess with you like that.
They could have. There wasn't a whole lot of jump scares in it. It was mostly so the developers of the game brought actual psychologists in to develop that feeling of psychosis.
You're making me want to play a game, Steven.
Yeah. Grab some headphones and play it. It's worth it.
So the next one is Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl.
Never heard of Stalker 1.
I heard of Stalker 1, and I want to say it was pretty popular. I remember someone talking about when Stalker 2 was announced at some point in time this last year, and people were pretty stoked on that. I don't know anything about it because I want to say this might have been an Xbox exclusive for a while that never made it to PlayStation. So
it's possible.
Real quick, I want to look up PS5 exclusives 2022. Let's see what I get. Hey, look. Same place. Go figure. These guys are doing their work. Clutchpoints.com. It's probably some clickbait shit. Okay. Forspoken by Square Enix. Just from looking at this, I kind of want to watch this trailer. This is way better than any thumbnail from that entire list of Xbox games.
Yeah, maybe we'll need to do a deep dive into some of the exclusives for next year.
Definitely. And then God of War Ragnarok. Yeah. I was watching some stuff from the last God of War, and the water in that game was so beautiful. Like, it was just so beautiful. Yeah. I sold my PS4.
Well, don't worry, it's gonna be on PC.
Is it? Is that been confirmed?
Yes.
Because I want the last God of War on PC too.
Because it's gonna be released, I think, on January. Because that's one of the biggest things that they announced. Because I checked them on the Steam market when I first heard rumors about it on social media, and I checked it, and it said you can pre-order God of War, and it should be released around January.
On Steam?
Yes, it's on Steam. It's gonna be on Steam soon. So just like they did with Horizon Zero Dawn. They're going to add God of War to Steam.
Yeah. Okay, sweet. I'm all about that. Yeah. And then Gran Turismo, huge game. Not my thing. I am not a car nerd at all.
Yeah, I've never been really big into playing them.
And then Ghostwire Tokyo. This is new. This looks kind of creepy but corny at the same time. Published by Bethesda Softworks and developed by Tango. So this is probably one of the last Bethesda's games that will hit PlayStation.
I believe so, yeah.
Marvel Wolverine is an exclusive.
Mhm.
Have you heard anything about this? And it's done by Insomniac, who did Spider-Man.
Yeah, I've only ever seen the teaser.
Yeah,
I mean, if it's anything like Spider-Man, it'll be a fantastic game. I never got to play Miles Morales, but I did play the first Spider-Man, and it was good.
How long was the teaser?
It's not very long. Blow it up.
This is 54 seconds.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
teaser.
Then I don't care. So then Spider-Man 2, good.
Spider-Man 2, yeah. Continuation of the Miles Morales story that they have out there. What's that one below it? Stray?
Stray, this looks interesting as well. Stray is one of those amusing kind of games that might not have a lot of industry. Look, we need to deep dive into some of this stuff because PlayStation's winning and Microsoft just bought.
They're not winning.
Interested from the thumbnail.
They're absolutely not winning because you can't go buy a PlayStation. You can't get a hold of it.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong. But these games look so much better than what I saw on the Microsoft side of things.
But if you have the best games that no one can play, who cares?
What's the point?
Right. I hear you.
Right now, as of Black Friday, the Xbox Series S is the #1 selling console of this holiday season.
Okay.
PlayStation has managed to lose something that they've had a lock on for the last several years. And I understand it's not 100% their fault, but they're doing everything they can to make sure that they lose it.
Right. So what I hear you saying is like we're nearing the end of the greatness of PlayStation.
I mean, if they don't pull things together.
Yeah, if they can't solve the production issues, which they're slowing down on and everything, and getting it out to people.
The solution to not having enough product is not to set a goal of making less product.
Right.
It's to find out a way to make more product.
So so I'm gonna take out your ability to buy a PlayStation 5 versus an Xbox. These are still better games. They're better looking.
I mean,
I am more interested from these.
Their thumbnails are better looking.
Yeah, so I'm more interested in the thumbnails. The thumbnails are drawing me in, whereas the Xbox thumbnails, they should have tried harder. I don't know.
Yeah,
look at the lighting on all of these thumbnails and
the art style.
The art, like there's so much better. Look at that. And whereas I could have made the Xbox thumbnails. No, I couldn't. But it'd be close.
I've seen your thumbnails, but
all right. So next is Sifu. This looks like a cell shaded game. Not interested. And then Horizon Forbidden West, of course.
Yeah,
Knights of the Old Republic remake.
This is a Aspire is really okay. I'm disappointed by this, but
we've talked about remakes in the past. I'm kind of done. Make new games. I want to play new games. Knights of the Old Republic was one of the greatest games I ever played.
They're gonna ruin this game because they hired a writer.
They're just gonna retread an old game, make a new game.
Yeah. God.
We're all ready for Knights of the Old Republic 3.